regulation revisions?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. We have nothing
Well,
on
in
the
the past,
agenda.
what we did for regulation revisions, since we shot down the, so we had a draft from the town, and we went through it. It stayed on the agenda every meeting, and we dealt line item by line item until we had finished it. And then when we were done and we had gotten through all the text, we submitted it to planning for their approval. And so I'd like to see the same process walk through where we add the agenda item, we keep it on there. We might table it from time to time just due to the length of meetings, but we get through the regulation revisions in a timely manner.
Is that motion for a perpetual adding to the agenda as opposed to just one?
Yes.
Alan, I'm still not quite sure what you're asking. If you're asking to add to tonight's agenda consideration of an imaginary set of zoning regulations, since the previous set of zoning amendments were voted down by this commission, we have to start that. Are you suggesting we start it tonight?
Yes.
We have nothing in front of us.
Yeah. And maybe it gets tabled tonight, but I'm suggesting...
Can I suggest that we ask staff to put that onto the next agenda as an application? Remember, it's the town applies to us. James, it's the town's application. Well, you can't speak for the town because that would be a conflict of interest. You cannot add this to the agenda. It's not your application.
Well, why don't we add it under other business where we discuss, we're not making any changes.
I think that certainly those of us who talked after the last meeting agree with Alan that needs to be done. The question is, how do you then start it? The way to start this is to have the town, which is the applicant, through staff, submit regulation changes to this commission.
I don't want to speak for the town, but some of them are represented here.
But they haven't done it yet. And I think they should.
I just think it needs to be an issue. We have, I think, a good context to work with these things.
I think you're 100% correct. I think the right way to begin that process is by having the town apply, have it go on the next agenda.
And on each subsequent...
Until it's done.
Yes.
I agree.
Subsequent agendas, that was word of clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kept it on the agenda. It was kind of a rolling item until we got through the... It was
the issue...
I agree with you.
Impossible to do
we're all in agreement. The issue actually is this, is that traditionally this commission has taken a staff version of a regulation change and submitted to public comment and to planning. The last time it was done, since we completely revised this book and moved a lot of the sections around, we, the commission, decided that we would do it the line-by-line item, which was not the way it had been done previously.
Okay.
What the point on the floor is that that's a better way than we did it previously.
So work line by line just because...
There aren't that many lines. In the end of the day, there's like 2 sentences, so it's not going to take a long time. But I totally agree with the point that Alan's raised, but the town's got to make an application for these regulation changes, and they have not done that.
Who in the town would have to do that?
Well, the staff actually do it on behalf of the town. The planner does it on behalf
Okay,
of the
then
town.
what I would like to say is, in talking about this, is that we should review this. We have some issues on the table that that since I've been here, we've uncovered. We have a situation, in my opinion, confusion with the definition of fast food. We have a situation with portable trucks, which members of the public have come and talked with us about. So we have 2 items right there we can talk about. We have a third problem, that we have 2 legal opinions from the town attorney that say our political sign regulation 7.5.10.I is unconstitutional. And we've had an attorney come in, Deborah Stevenson, in October that says we are the ones who arbitrate the constitutionality, not a lawsuit. We've had an ongoing issue, so we do have, I see 3 distinct issues we must address immediately.
Have at it.
Okay. So
nothing is off the table.
Then let's put it on as a perpetual item where we can talk about it at each meeting. We'll follow your procedures for the next meeting,
Sure.
and if there's other items that want to be discussed.
I personally have absolutely no objection to that at all.
Thank you.
At all. So essentially, what the staff will do, maybe we can meet with staff and say, you know the regulation changes you had? We want those, and we want the
I'd be glad
truck
to.
guy, I know you would, and you want all right, so now there may even be more issues that have come up. I mean, a few of the members of the public are going to stand up and say, you've been at these regulations for 15 months, you're going to start again? We're going to say yes.
Can we do this just for proper procedure? Commissioner Green made a motion that we add that to the agenda item perpetually. Can we follow through with a second and have a vote on that?
I will not call that motion tonight. This process starts with the town, not the commission. You cannot adjudicate your own suggestions in this sense. You adjudicate the town's application. Okay? We did that. So, privileges. Will anyone in the audience wish to address the commission? I've got Art and then I've got Jerry.
Art McNally, 56 Orchard Avenue. I would like to thank the Commission for the actions which they took at the last meeting in voting down the regulations which they had not seen prior to when they were released in September and having the legal opinion finally released in January. I think you took the right step. We now see that you are going to try to do the right thing, and I thank you all for doing this. The one thing that I would recommend is I never came here to say that we needed neon signs or billboards in this town. What I said was, on a person's private property, they should have the right to express a political opinion, which is covered by the U.S. Constitution and the Connecticut Constitution. I didn't threaten legal action. That was brought up by your chairman and vice chair in an effort to bring some type of action by the people in the town. It was not our intention. We don't want to do that. And if you continue down this road, it's going there. I won't have to do it. The ACLU or some other organization which is going to defend the Constitution and political rights. So it's entirely up to you guys. But I really do appreciate what you have done so far and what you're going to do going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry?